story begins because on the day of the trustees meeting in October, I was driving in the car with Janetta, and we were talking about gas mileage. And I said, well, you know, early in May, when I was driving across the top of New England to go to Mitzi Von Trapp's burial, I was stopped by a cop. And she said, you've got to come to this storytelling. So this is where we begin. But we begin with that because in the summer of 1947, my freshman year summer, I was recruited by my parents to take my younger brother, who was very musical but also asthmatic and couldn't go to regular sorts of camp, to go to the Trapp family music camp for one of their 10-day sing weeks. Stowe, Vermont in those days was one of those places that you didn't get to except by car. And I had gotten my driver's license, and I took my mother's old car, and we drove up to Stowe. We discovered that those who were coming to the Sing Weeks were mostly middle-aged ladies, some middle-aged men and ladies married in those days, and a few middle-aged men. And my younger brother quickly discovered that there was a young Von Trapp boy, Johannes, and he took off with him. I don't think he sang a note. I tried singing for a couple of days, but I knew where the fun was, which was in the kitchen and elsewhere, where there were a whole bunch of college kids my age. And so I went to Mitzi Von Trapp, who was in charge of all of the doings around the camp. It was an old CC camp, a whole bunch of barracks for where people slept, a dining hall, and a sort of a recreation or assembly hall, and a little chapel. And I went to Mitzi and I said, is there anything I can do to be with the people my age? And she said, well, we need somebody to scrape plates. I said, wonderful. So I scraped plates for the dishwasher. I graduated to washing the kitchen floor, to cleaning the bathrooms in the dormitories. And we didn't stay 10 days. We stayed the entire summer until our parents called and said, you had to come home. And out of that came a great friendship with the Trapp family. I was a bridesmaid at 3 of their weddings. I'm godmother to the oldest daughter of Lorley Von Trapp, and she's godmother to my oldest daughter. And I've seen all of the older ones now into the grave. And so that was how I happened to be going across the top of New England to go to Mitzi Von Trapp's burial when I was stopped by a cop.